Hi, everyone. I'm Frank A. Lancione. I'm a member of the congregation here at Hope Lutheran Church, and it's exciting to be a member of our congregation. We're a big, active church with a lot going on. We kicked off 2025 with our 25th anniversary gala celebration, and we talked at the gala about our Invigorate program and our efforts over 2025 to invigorate our life, our community, and our church. This is one of the announcements about things that we're doing under our Invigorate program. I'm here today to talk to you about Hope's Good Shepherd initiative. Now, it all kicks off from what Jesus talks about in John chapter 10, verse 14, where he says, I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. Now, what does it mean to be known? I imagine if you walk out in your driveway in the morning in your robe and slippers and you pick up your paper, if somebody is walking by and you recognize that they're a neighbor in the community, you may not know them real well. You might not even know their name, but you say hello because you recognize them, you know them. If you go to Publix and you're at the deli and somebody who has waited on you a few times before is the person that comes up when your number comes up, you might say, hi, how are you? You know them, they know you, and you exchange pleasantries. But you see, Jesus is talking about a relationship that's a lot deeper and a lot more meaningful and important than that. By invoking the metaphor of the Good Shepherd, Jesus is saying that as a church family, we need to be really connected because the relationship between the shepherd and the sheep was in many ways a life and death relationship. A young teenage boy would take 100 or more sheep out into the wilderness for days at a time. He'd be leading them across the land, trying to find areas where they could graze, trying to find places where they could be watered, protecting them with his own life at night against wild beasts, and trying to fight off wild beasts with nothing more than a sling and a stick. That's a very different kind of commitment. That's a very different kind of relationship to each other. That's the kind of relationship in which what happens to you, what matters to you, what's important to you, matters to me. And what happens to both of us matters to our church. Now, we have a lot of good things in our church, and there's a lot of those kinds of relationships in our church today. But under the Good Shepherd Initiative, we want to take that really further. We really want to become the kind of church in which membership in Hope Lutheran Church and belief in Christ becomes a meaningful and important part of our members' lives. So we're going to do 4 things over the next couple of weeks and months to try to make this happen. First, we're going to get your ideas about this. We're going to reach out to you through focus groups and surveys and small group meetings to try to understand those things that would make you feel that Hope Lutheran Church was a meaningful and important part of your life. What can we do to make you feel that way? Then, secondly, we're going to be taking the results from that effort and giving you updates on it and getting you involved in the planning. How do we actually, if this is what people say would take us to the next level, what programs will get us there? So we're going to get you involved in the planning on how we get there. A third thing we're going to do involves our South Campus. Now, there'll be a congregational meeting in a couple of weeks. I think you're going to like what you hear about what's going on with the South Campus. But we're not going to wait until the building is built. We're going to actually jump over that and start the planning on how do we use that South Campus once it's actually up and running. And one of the fourth thing we're going to do is we're going to actually start doing some of those things. So we're going to start holding events, cookouts, concerts, other kinds of fun activities on that property so that we engage our community, we engage with each other as a church community, and we also put out there kind of an offer to the surrounding community, hey, we're here, come check us out, come be a part of us. So I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. What it would be like to be part of a church that is dedicated to making sure that it was an important and meaningful part of your life and making sure that you knew in every way that you mattered and what was important to you mattered to the church. That's the goal of the Good Shepherd Initiative. Come join with us. Let's make this a reality.